Welcome to Astro News February 2021, the second month we made it, folks. So let's dive into this powerful news. And remember that we like our news better because it's more accurate as we use the sun, the planets, and the elements for our reporters. Okay, let's look and dive into what is going on this month. I would say right now, the biggest thing going on that we have is 5 or 6 planets and elements in Aquarius. Now, last year we had it in Capricorn. If you remember, there were five planets in Capricorn of January of 2020. And you saw what that did. We were right in the beginning of the pandemic. So 5 or 6 planets and elements in Aquarius, well, you can already see what it's doing. As of last night, there were people in the streets. The little people, that's what they're calling it, the little people fight. It's about people like you and I that have, struggled mostly our life to put food on the table. It's not going to be about the elite and the rich any longer. So you see all these protests in Europe, Denmark, Russia, the Netherlands, places like that, who right now, France also, that are sick to death of placating the rich and the lies that are being told to them. So this is what I think that is going to be the big story about the 5 planets in Aquarius, and it's starting this month. We have Venus and Jupiter and Saturn and Mercury and the Sun and the new moon. That is a lot of energy, and not only is it going to hit Aquarius, it's going to hit Leo also, because that is the opposition of Aquarius. So yeah, this is called the crown jewel, or the grand crown, and call it what you like, but it's big, and it is a locomotion of planets. So that's a lot of power being put toward Aquarians and Leos in one sign. I know a lot of people that really got hit with that with the Jupiter Saturn grand or great conjunction that we had in December and January. Uh, the problem is that what I feel is the problem is that Aquarians and Leos just haven't had anything in their sign for so long, and then all of a sudden they get whammied by all this energy, and it's a lot. It's a lot of energy. Uh, so for a long time, you all have felt stuck, and now all of a sudden you're getting really punched. So try to get through it the best you can, but on a worldwide scheme, I feel it will be a lot of more protesting um, because of untruths. People want to know the truth now. They want things uncovered. They want things unveiled. That's Pluto. That's all this Pluto energy in Capricorn. We just had the full moon the other night. It was called, the natives called it the wolf moon, but it was in Leo also. So the full moon is very powerful. It means new beginnings. So that's another element that we can put toward Aquarius and Leo. Man, if you can stand up after this month, uh, good news for you, you know? Um, so, despite this crown of jewels that is going on in Aquarius, we will all get through it because we've gotten through the worst year of all, and that was 2020, and we did it together, and we did it by urging each other on, and that's what it's all about. It's all about service and what we can do for each other since we all are one. Now, the new moon on the 12th of this month will be in Aquarius. Of course, everything's going to be in Aquarius. But, the new moon, you always want to put your wishes or desires on a piece of paper and stick it in a drawer 24 hours prior to the new moon. And again, that will be on the 12th. And usually your wants and desires and wishes will come true. I've done it before, and you just start Xing them off really, really fast once you write them down. Mars is in Taurus right now. Remember that long stretch last year of it in Aries and how it retrograded? Well, we won't have any retrogrades in uh, Taurus, but Taurus is the sign of family and home. So, Mars being a very aggressive planet, it's full of ambition and aggression. It could cause friction in your home life or family, since a lot of you are working at home. It probably will bring up some, kind of friction or irritation. But Mars can be good. Maybe you'll feel like, you like this working at home thing, or teaching at home, or learning at home, whatever you're doing in the home. And it's funny that when Uranus came onto the scene last year, that's exactly what happened. Everybody succumbed to their home and family. So, the planets still work. The planets still work. I've seen enough in my lifetime, and I've been playing with them for a long, long time to see that they work. Now that Mars in Taurus will be there until I believe it's the first week in March. Um, but I do believe when it hit last week and the week before, when it hit the Uranus, we had all those blackouts. Remember, we had the blackout in the Vatican and the blackout in Iran, and I think there was a couple other places too that they had blackouts. And then there was a sighting in LA with the UFOs, and also in Hawaii. And so remember, I told you a couple months ago that with the coming into the 5D, that we're going to see more unidentified flying objects around, and different life species that we haven't seen before. So it's all being unveiled now. Pluto is the one that's it's the Pluto energy that's unveiling everything for us. Mercury will be in retrograde until 3:15, March 15th. You know what retrogrades do. Do not change your appearance in a retrograde. You will hate it. Do not sign any contracts in a retrograde. You'll have to do it again, or you won't like what you bought. Uh, Other things is communications go awry, and also computers foul up, and techie stuff just doesn't do it. Don't buy a new phone. You will not like it. Don't do anything in a Mercury retrograde except get by every day, and you may also clean up some communications along the way that maybe you didn't like before it went in. Now, the Geminis and Virgos will be repeating the last 8 weeks. They'll be dotting their I's and crossing their T's because Mercury is their ruler. Saturn will square Uranus this month. It's already doing it with the rebellion. That's what it brings up. Uranus is about rebellion and wanting new and getting away from the old, and Saturn is the old paradigm. It's the old guard. And so Uranus is challenging everything that's old and everything that is tried and not of use any longer. That's the Saturn. And then Uranus is challenging it and saying, no, we need new, we need more progressive. It's the cutting edge. It rules computers and electricity. It started with the 5G. So I think that this month we'll see a lot more protest, and then it will happen again in June, and then the resolve will be in December of this year. We'll come to a happy resolve. I think eventually Saturn will yield to the progressive Uranus because it's not a fixed sign and it rules Capricorn, and that's about, guess what? Government around the world. So we're seeing big changes. That's the really big theme, I think, for 2021. It all comes down, so it all goes back up in a better way for all of us, meaning the little people too, not just the rich. Venus will be in Aquarius till February 24th, so don't Be surprised if you meet up with some old friends along the way and some new friends. Aquarius is all about friends, and you could meet them on the internet since it rules computers. And it's an air sign, so it's la 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 la. But Aquarius also is about cutting edge, so you could meet them in a hospital or something that would be cutting edge. But new friends, it's a very friendly sign, and so is Leo. And it could be that you meet new friends that eventually become partners to you, since it is all about Leo. Jupiter in Aquarius all year. That is lucky. Play the Powerball. The only thing you have to watch out for is gaining some weight, but it's all good. And Jupiter is going to, in May and June, give us a little trailer and preview of what Jupiter will be like in Pisces in 2022. Every year we get a little preview of what the next sign will be like. So remember that in May and June, it should be very good for all of us with money. All of us. Saturn will be in Aquarius for 2 years. Saturn is the taskmaster. Saturn will take the Aquarians, put them on schedules, do better with their work, and make them a lot more vigilant. I think that a lot of laws will be changed with the COVID and with the vaccines. Whoever takes it will feel a lot more freer in this Aquarian energy. Pluto will be in Capricorn until 2024. This is no light matter. Pluto to me is the most powerful of all the energies of the planet. And since it's in Capricorn, it is rearranging and resetting all of the governments around the planet. And I think that we will not feel so clueless after 2024. We will have the right government, ideally for all countries, and we will be more united. That's what I see. I also have told you before, I see a new party system being adopted, and a lot of the old party paradigm will be moving into the new party system, and it's going to be more about the republic, not about corporations and big money and Wall Street and all that. You saw that with GameStop. That was a good little thing that happened for all the small people like us. That was a good thing. Anyway, I think that was the universal little joke for all of us, that better days are ahead. Now, what I'd like to remind you is to join me, please, on the live this Thursday at 8 o'clock on Facebook Live. I'm going to go through all the signs, your special sign, your unique sign. And then after that, we're going to do some readings, some mini readings. So please come. It's always fun. We always have a very spiritual, nice little crowd. And bring your glass of wine or coffee or whatever you want to bring and cuddle up with us. And we'll go through all the signs and do some mini readings. Now, if you're interested in a reading with me, I try to get you in as soon as I can. Please text me at 301-831-8947. Again, that's 301-831-8947, or go to www.cindywallace.com, and I will promise that I will schedule a reading for you, and we will go over it, and hopefully it will be a great year for you also, as it is for most of us. So thank you for tuning in to Astro News. You know, I always love to see you. But remember, our news is very honest and truthful and accurate because we use the sun, the moon, and the stars and the elements for our reporters. And they never, never lie. Aho, ashe, aloha, God bless.